Thanks for clicking on the webcast. I'm Laura Kay. So here's the latest from WENY HD News and the Star-Gazette. Well, it looks like the third time may have been the charm for Kyle Busch at this year's Cheez-It 355 at the Glen. Having surrendered the lead late in the last 2 years at NASCAR's Sprint Cup Series races at WGI, Busch reversed the trend Sunday. He won by 0.486 seconds over runner-up Brad Keselowski. Busch did come out on top, but it didn't look like a win from the start. Marcos Ambrose had the race in hand, having led 51 of the first 61 laps. That was until an inopportune caution in the middle of a pit stop cycle dropped him back to 12th for a restart on lap 64 of 90. A wreck on lap 85 ended Ambrose's bid for a third straight win at the Glen. That put Busch in the lead.
With about 20 to go, Brad was all over me, and then 4 laps later I had a 2.5 second lead. I stretched it out on him, so that was really good for us, and then I was just trying to maintain that until the end.
And Jimmy Johnson still leads all drivers in the Sprint Cup chase by 75 points. Busch sits in 5th place. Speaking of NASCAR, Governor Andrew Cuomo wants to leave the racing to the pros. Cuomo launched a new crackdown called Speed Week. It kicks off today, just a day after NASCAR's Cheez-It 355 wrapped up at the Glen. The week-long crackdown targets speeders and aggressive drivers around the state.
And there is no more authoritative source than NASCAR and race car drivers on this. If they say it's dangerous because they know the limits. So I think it's going to be very powerful.
And state troopers will also be watching for distracted or impaired drivers, motorists and passengers who fail to buckle up, and drivers who do not obey the move over law. Well, now to another story out of the Keystone State. Federal investigators say the pilot of a helicopter that crashed in rural northeastern Pennsylvania last month wasn't certified. A preliminary report by the National Transportation Safety Administration also says the pilot didn't have a weather briefing before taking off July 27th from Tri-Cities Airport in Endicott. The report notes heavy fog in the area. Sadly, 4 adults and a 3-year-old were killed in the crash. There were no survivors. And here's some news we can all be happy about. Gas prices have gone down. A gallon of regular now stands at $3.56 nationally. In New York, we're looking at $3.88. In PA, lower at $3.57. The reason for the dip? Well, AAA says crude oil prices are lower, providing downward pressure on prices. And the Motor Agency says that there are no major hurricanes the rest of this season to threaten refinery production. Prices are expected to stay the same or fall even more. Experts say this is just the beginning. By fall, after the peak of summer driving season, prices could fall to $3.40. Happy about that. Also happy about this weather that we should see later in the week towards the weekend. So let's get it from John. John?
Yeah, I think after about Wednesday, we're looking pretty good Wednesday onward. But before then, potentially a little wet weather. Although overall, today's likely to be pretty dry. Fairly warm too. It's more unsettled as we look towards tonight, and especially for your day tomorrow. Tomorrow also turning quite breezy. We have a cold front that'll come through. We'll see our wind shift from the south to a more northwesterly direction, gusting up to about 30 tomorrow. So plan for that. And then thereafter, it's going to be fairly cool the rest of the week, but oh, so sunny. Man, it's going to be fantastic weather, much like what we had over the weekend. That returns from Wednesday onward. Future track today, though, looking at some cloud cover sneaking in here this morning and then kind of increasing through the day. This afternoon starts to feature that isolated shower chance, mainly for the western viewing area, so Steuben Bend County, Tioga County, and the northern tier, as well as Potter County. Under the gun for some showers, so Hornell, Cohocton, even up towards, say, Wayland and down towards Canisteo, Gailton, Wellsboro. Kind of the examples of places that could see the shower today. More widespread showers for tomorrow, so all under the gun from about 8 or 9 o'clock onward till about 2 or 3. Then we'll try to dry it out and perhaps even some clearing for some of our western viewers late in the day tomorrow. Wednesday, mainly clear for everybody, and that's going to be the trend for the rest of the week. Let's see it on the 7-day. Lots of sunshine here too. Going to be a great stretch of weather. Plan or make some plans for the weekend because that looks really nice to plan for it. All right, I'm done. Let's go over to Laura.
All right, thanks, John. We both can't speak today. All right, for the latest news, weather, and sports, be sure to watch WENY HD News at 5:30, 6, and 11. Also, at noon today, we're kicking off that, so be sure to check us out at 12 o'clock. And don't forget to pick up a copy of today's Star-Gazette. I am Laura Queso. Have a great day.